Monday morning, just in case you didn't know. I am in llama pyjamas today, which I rather love. I'm about to go up and get dressed into proper clothes. I have been knitting and I have been weaving already. So I've done my half hour on the Mobius cowl that I'm weaving. So that's been done, and I have spent about an hour working on my dirty lace shawl by Libby Johnson, Truly Myrtle. So all is good, all is good. I'm going to go and get myself ready for the day, and then I am going to plant some seeds. Fancy planting some seeds? I'm sure you're probably planting seeds anyway, but that's what we're going to be doing. Right, so I've come outside, I've braved the outdoors, and I'm going to plant some seeds directly into the bed there. Just some more salad crops to see if they fare any better or any different to the ones on the windowsill, really. Oh gosh, look at my hair, this is not good. So I've got spring onion, radish, lettuce, two types of lettuce at the moment. So let's see how we go. Okay, so we have got spring onions, radish, and cut and cayenne lettuce. I think that's the order. Yeah, SRS. Let's remember that. That is what I have planted so far. My friend Penny, my Knit Night friend Penny, gave Irina and I both some sunflower seeds when she came back from Belgium earlier in the year. Could have been the end of last year, I can't remember. So I think it's time to plant up some of these. I'm going to start them off indoors, and then, I was looking at the wrong place on the camera again, sorry. So I'm going to plant those into egg cups, and then I can put these egg cups directly out. They're not called egg cups, are they? Egg boxes. I'm doing well, aren't I? I'm going to put these egg boxes, I can then break them up and put them out directly into the flower bed, and they will go behind the rosemary and the herbs, because these are obviously grow tall, hopefully. So I am going to plant these. It's exciting, isn't it? So I've got 12. I'm just gonna literally make a hole with my finger. I presume that is kind of the technical way of doing it. And then of course the birds will love those as well. Sing a little song. I'm planting sunflowers, sunflowers. I planted sunflowers. Meanwhile though, the radish, look at that. What am I supposed to do now? I don't know what to do. Do I leave those? Jen? Anyone? Oh, that's it. Do I leave these in here, or do I need to transplant them outside? Suggestions, directions will be gratefully received. And then also we've got this lettuce, which is absolutely cracking. Look at that. So this is the winter salad mix. It's all growing. Can you see how it's growing towards the light? So this way, how it's kinked. So I should turn it around a bit actually. There. And obviously the herbs are doing well. The mint grows voraciously. I know that much. Parsley, thank you. And even more exciting, but I can't see it. Where's it gone? Oh, the coriander. The coriander's over on the windowsill. So we've still got my broad bean in there. And water that, make sure that's, made a mess. Sorry, Mummy. That can go there. And we'll see how we go. There you are. That's the headless podcast for the moment. Right, so I've got Debbie. I put her right on the spot for FaceTiming, but I wanted her to show you her raspberry velvet. That's right, isn't it?
Pink velvet.
Sorry, pink velvet. I'll get there. I'm so with it with all these things. By Andrea Mowry, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So show us the picture then of the sweater.
That's the sweater.
Okay. And that's one where you're holding double, aren't you? You're holding, is it fingering weight and mohair or suri?
It's fingering weight. So that is yak singles. So it's yak, merino, and silk.
Brilliant.
And then I've got some suri alpaca silk, which I didn't swatch.
So, you bad girl.
Maybe if you swatched, you might need to hold it double, but there's loads.
Oh, okay.
Only because Andrea uses ching
fibre, yeah.
Yeah, and hers is slightly less or more. Somebody just asked me about it, and I
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't swatch, and I think it looks okay. So I've done the yoke. The yoke's finished.
That is so pretty.
It is, isn't it?
That really is gorgeous.
So the idea behind it is that it's actually the same colour, but it's on a different base, so that comes out just slightly lighter.
So
because that's a brown base. It's like a brown.
Yeah.
Base.
So where you've got the colour work bit, or the bit that looks like colour work, is that just the suri?
That's just the suri, yeah.
Oh, I see. I was thinking you were holding it double all the way through.
No, just the suri.
Wow.
So pretty.
It is. That's really lovely. What a great effect.
Yeah, so same colour, different bases.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks for that. And just a plug, you will be putting kits in your shop at some point.
Ordered some more of the yak, but I have got a little bit. I've got a little bit of the yak left that I've dyed, and then I've got some of the suri dyed. Okay. And I've used less than 25 grams, so I will be splitting.
And you don't use it again through the
through
the sweater?
Then is just the singles.
That's really interesting as well.
It's absolutely beautiful to knit with. It really is beautiful to knit with.
Oh, cool. Thanks for that.
Welcome. And it matches the hair as well.
Shall I? A Princess Leia with her hair. And if people want to see a picture of it, it's on your Instagram feed, isn't it?
It is on the Instagram
that's fine.
feed, yeah. And eventually I will get around to putting it on my Ravelry project page.
Yes, when you finish it. So thank you for that. Anything else you want to tell us? Anything else exciting? Because you're stuck at home as well.
I'm stuck at home. I'm bag making again, so there'll be tea flavoured bags in the shop.
Oh yeah, show the fabric.
The fabric is it's lovely. It's from the lovely Sally at Yumi and Mabel. It's got all the written teas on, and then tea.
Oh, I love that. Are they going to be drawstring or zippy?
No, they'll be drawstring. They're the Weebraw bags. There's 2 pockets on the front, and then drawstrings. And there's 3 different sizes. So I'll have 1 large, hopefully, and 2 medium and 2 small.
Brilliant.
Yes, we've got those going into the shop.
And have you still got the veggie patch ones in the shop?
There's one left.
Just one. So
yeah, and there's one of the Abbey girls left as well. I think there's a swing one left in the shop.
Oh, look at that.
Not this one.
This
one's a present for somebody.
Is it for me?
It'll probably be for my sister because it's her birthday.
For goodness sake.
Sorry.
That's it. Our friendship is through. That's it. We're done. So, right, I'm going to stop filming now so we can go back to having a normal conversation. Okay. So, bye.
Bye.
Okay, back to a bit of knitting now. Chatting to Debbie earlier, as you do, and she and another friend, Jem, and a couple of others are looking at doing a knit-along, a colourwork knit-along, knitting the new Andrea Mowry cowl called the Moonwake cowl. Now, I love colourwork. I think I've said this to you before. I absolutely love colourwork. And I hadn't really looked at the cowl, and then I was looking at it with Debbie, and then I saw that I had some yarn, deep stash yarn. Hang on, it's so deep stash, it's got dog hairs on it. That's really nice, isn't it? And you need 50 grams of 4 different colours. And so I pulled out that, and that. I think that's a really nice combo. It's not that dissimilar to the combo that I think Andrea Mowry uses in her pattern. I think she uses Mayak, and the thing that started me off is that I have some Mayak yarn. But here's the thing, when I pulled out my Mayak yarn, I also pulled out the pattern that came with it. I bought it as a kit from Edinburgh Yarn Festival last year. Now I don't have I do have a colour picture. It came in this really nice little bag. I used to call it Emyak. Took me a while to click with that. So this cowl is called Duco by Olga Buraya Kefelian. I believe she's Jazzy Olga. So it's 2 colours, right? So I bought the kit for 2 colours. And it's brioche. It's a brioche cowl. And they're the 2 colours I bought. And I think it's very similar to the sample they had on the stand. They hadn't, you can't see it. Obviously with brioche you have a different colour each side. So you've got the grey shown on the outside there. And then just on the inside, you can see it's the maroon. So you'd have the green and the teal showing. This yarn is gorgeous. And I've got 4 skeins, which is what you need to knit the cowl. So I pulled this out with a view to doing the Andrea Mowry thing, but now I'm thinking I should knit this cowl. I should just cast it on. I can do brioche. The only thing that's put me off doing this to start with is that it's a crochet cast on, which I don't really like. If I could do it, suck it up, couldn't I? And this is so lovely. So I think I might be casting that on. Now the question is, do I cast on the Moonwake cowl as well? I do love this colour combination. I do think it would be stunning. And I love colour work. But that would mean that I'm casting on 2 new cowls and my Paloma sweater. Nah, who cares? More to the point, I would have to buy this pattern. But I think it would be great. I was planning on knitting the new Shetland wool week hat. I don't really want another hat. That's the trouble. I don't particularly want another hat, whereas I am starting to wear cowls a bit more. As you can see by the previous, I think, you see my shift cowl, night shift? I can't remember. But that is a really nice cowl. So again, it's like the handkerchief or the kerchief type of thing. And it's my colours. I bought Spin Cycle. I bought the yarns at Edinburgh Yarn Festival last year, and I made this pretty much straight away. All about the cowls today, isn't it? I think I'm certainly going to cast on the yak and the Duco cowl. I'll get that started. Whether or not I do the colour work one, that might sit. I might just brew that for a couple of days. Talking of brew, I've got a cup of tea brewing. Okay, good afternoon now. It's 4:30. So I'm just been tidying up my bits and bobs for the day. Had a walk with Henry, as I think I put a clip up of that. Same walk, one of our regular walks, so I didn't film too much because, you know, not a lot has changed. I did a little zhuzh round of the plants for you to see, with Hannah interrupting me, but there you go, real life, isn't it? And I was just going to chat to you about a little bit of knitting. So from my earlier clip that I recorded, I think I have decided that I am in fact going to cast on the Moonwake cowl with those colours. So I'll wait until Jem, if anybody else fancies doing a cast on or joining in the colour work cowl, excuse me, it's going to be done, I think, through Gemma, who is the little grey girl on Instagram. So have a look at her feed and see, I think probably end of the week, she's going to be kicking that off, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'll let you know tomorrow. In any event, I think I will knit that because it's a nice cowl, it's in the round. So although I can colour work quite happily with the pearl side, actually doing it in the round is a lot easier, isn't it? I have been working on the gingerbread sock. I sat down and watched a bit of telly after my lunch today. So that's the foot now. So that's obviously the leg. So in theory, I did say I'd get that done for Easter, but it's well on its way. And it is getting worked on, it's not just being left. And then, which end am I looking again? I've got totally discombobulated with the phone lately. I keep putting it different ways around. Sorry. My swatch I wanted to show you from yesterday for the Paloma cardigan. Do you remember for the Paloma sweater? And the light was so bad. So I'm going to hold it up now. There. Totes gorge in it. It's amazing. And although I knit 3 different needle sizes, it's the original one that has actually given me the right gauge. So this is 21 stitches per 4 inches. And that was on the needle that they call for, which is really surprising. This one, I've ummed and ahed about it. This is about 21.5 stitches to 4 inches, which, you know, could make a difference of 1 or 2 inches smaller. So I think I'm going to do this one and stick to knitting for the size I want, rather than adjusting what size I knit for my gauge. But how pretty is that? So swatch is done, needles are at the ready, and I'll be casting that on fairly soon, maybe in the weekend. The Rosa cardigan, I finished the first sleeve last night, and then I've actually pulled it out this morning. Only the rib and a few rounds. I got so carried away doing my decreases that it was actually a little bit tight on my arm when it got to kind of there. So I pulled it back, and I have in fact re-knit the thing and the rib, and I've cast off that sleeve. Getting a little bit bored, to be honest, with it now, and I'm quite disappointed. It's pilling so much, the yarn, and it's kind of a bit, you know, motivation dampening. So I kind of put it to one side just for today. I finished the rib on the first sleeve. It won't take me long to do the second sleeve. What I might do is actually pick up and knit the button band next, so that when I try it on, it really does start to look like a cardigan and I can see the fit and so on. And hopefully once I've blocked it and depilled it the first time, it will settle down and it won't be so pilly. But it's a little bit disappointing, I have to say. But these things happen, don't they, as makers, when we use natural fibres. Then, to answer my question from earlier, did I ask you a question? I don't think I did. Anyway, I cast on the Duco cowl. I sat and did it again whilst in between knitting the sock while I was watching a bit of telly. And it was a crochet cast on. And I've never done a crochet cast on before. I've done a provisional cast on crochet style, but I've not actually crocheted on and left it, if you see what I mean. But anyway, that's all I got. I've just cast it on and I might be going to sit down now. I've got to change needle size. So I've got to go and dig out smaller needles, and then I might start and do a couple of rounds of that. Get the brioche going. So yeah, that was, I was on my walk and I was umming and ahhing about what to cast on and whether to cast on and what to finish. And I'm sure the way I worked it out, I've just got my razor cardigan to finish. I've got the dirty lace shawl, which I worked on actually this morning. I'll show you that tomorrow. Are the two big projects I've got left. I've still got a handful of small sock projects. I've got my liner socks and a couple of other pairs, the DK pair, but again, they're getting there. I'm chipping away at those. So I wanted to do that cowl, and then I thought, well, why not the colourwork cowl? No yarn police, are there? And I feel like I need a bit of slightly quicker, more exciting knits. I'm dying also to cast on the dancehall shawl that I showed you last week with the yarn. I don't think I can have two shawls in one go going along, because I really do want to finish my dirty lace shawl. So I think I'll have to hold back with that one. Other news, I wanted to just let you know, I have finished this book. All, excuse me, 800 and, let's get it right, shall we? Goes right to the end, 862 pages of it. Epic. Such a great book, such a great book. So I won't harp on about that anymore, except if anybody's, during this lockdown wants to really get into a saga, a family tale, and learn a lot of history, because I did, although a lot of you might know it anyway, this is for you. I'm not going to start the London one immediately, but I am going to read it and his other books, because I just love it. I bought this book in New York last December, started reading it shortly after Christmas. I have read two books in between. I put this down for a week or two sometimes because I just wanted to change things up a bit. And also I found that reading at night, I wasn't going to sleep afterwards. I was getting so entrenched in all the tales going on in here. So, I had to stifle a yawn then. My apologies. So I read a couple of other books, but it's taken me about 12 weeks to read. Really good though. So last night when I went to bed, I thought to myself, I went and looked on my shelf and I picked up this one, An Academic Question by Barbara Pym. Now this was recommended, and I'm really trying to remember. I'm so sorry. One of you recommended it to me, And so I bought it. I'm enjoying it. I'm only, oh goodness, 15 pages in. So the first chapter I read last night, and I'm enjoying it. Nothing not to like so far. Obviously a lot lighter than the New York book, and it'll be a really nice, comfortable read. So yeah, I'll let you know how that one goes. I do have some other books I'd like to chat about. I was going to possibly squeeze in another book review before the weekend, not long to go, about some kind of travel / living abroad books, which another type of my favourite genre. I think I shared a few with you when I did the original book review. But if you think you would be interested in that, do comment below, and if I get even one person saying yes please, then I will do that. But I don't want to bore the pants off you. You've got enough on your plate without me yabbering on about books. But it is a great genre of books that I really, really enjoy, so I can share a few of those with you if you like. I think that's me done for now. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, would you like me to share some of my shawls and hats and things that I have made, that I've knit over the past couple of years with you? Whether you would like to see some of my particularly shawls that I've got that I love, and the patterns I used and the yarn I used. If you would fancy seeing that as well, just let me know down there, and I can do a little chat about those. Especially bearing in mind the days are pretty similar at the moment, so we've got a bit of time just to talk about some specific things if you fancy. That's it for now then. That's all for today. Henry's sitting waiting at the back door to come in, so I need to go and let him in. Then it'll be time for the daily news conference here in the UK. I'll go and just watch 10 minutes. I don't watch the questions because they just irritate me. But I do watch the statements that the government put out. And then, yeah, old man will be home, time for dinner, and we'll start the evening. So have a great evening. I hope you're all keeping safe and healthy, and your loved ones are as well. And I will see you all tomorrow.